In manufacturing, every delay costs you, and it's not just in dollars, but in frustration, stress, and your credibility. But it's not always that gearbox that's seized or the sensor that failed. More often, it's because of what's happening between your people. Let me ask you something. How many times in the past week have you had the same conversation again? That same issue, the same person with the same outcome. Nothing seems to change. You know what I'm talking about. It's the missed handoffs, decisions not being made, or finger pointing between the shifts. And if you walk away for 10 minutes, everything falls apart. So, what do? You chase it, you fix it, you double check everything. And now you're not leading anymore, you are babysitting. I know, we don't like to hear that. You're standing there thinking to yourself, am I the only one holding all of this together? It's so exhausting. You're caught in the babysitting trap. But deep down, you know your team is capable. They're just not stepping up. So today, I'm giving you the 3-check accountability framework to stop the hand-holding for good. My promise is simple. If you stay with me till the end, I will show you exactly how to move from superhero who does everything to a leader whose team actually takes ownership without you even asking. I'm Joyce Hughes, founder of Soaring Leadership, and I have spent 30 years in manufacturing from the shop floor to the VP levels. And I have lived this. I've been through those shutdowns, the pressure, the missed deadlines, and I can tell you this clearly. Simple leadership training is not going to fix this. I know you're with me here. You've likely experienced those canned training programs that talk a lot of theory. All the right buzzwords that sound good in the classroom, but in practice, in the real pressure with the real people in your reality, it all falls apart. You need practical skills that you can start using today. Let me tell you a real story. I'll tell you about a plant manager called Jim. Jim was sharp. He was technically brilliant. He knew every machine, every process, and every shortcut you could think of. But each morning he would spend hours chasing people, checking maintenance logs, following up on tasks, re-explaining how everything works, and telling people what to do. One morning he told me, I don't get it. I've told them this 1,000 times. I feel like if I'm not standing right here, the wheels will come off the bus and everything falls apart. I didn't sign up to be their babysitter. Now here's what's really happening. Jim thought he was helping. He really cared about the team and the company. He hated to see it when the lines went down. But what he was actually doing was training his team not to think. That's right, because every time he stepped in, he removed the need for the team to step up. And over time, they stopped taking ownership. Not because they didn't care, but because they didn't have to. Does this sound familiar? Do you see a pattern in your workplace? Well, the issue is not your people. It's the leadership around them. And yes, that might even be you. When leaders like Jim stay in the weeds, they miss the strategic shifts needed to make their team grow. And that's where the 3-check accountability framework comes in. Set expectations, follow up, and recognize. Simple, right? First, you must set expectations. Most leaders think they're very clear. We all do it. We say, but I told you this already. But let me challenge you here. If I walked into your department right now and asked your team, what does good look like? Would they all give me the same thing, or would there be 5 different answers? To set expectations, you need a clear visual standard, a clear definition of done, and clear ownership of the task to get there. And it needs to be documented, not verbal. We need visual standards. Let me give you an example. Instead of saying, make sure the line is running properly, you should say, here is what good looks like. The output needs to be 120 units a minute, scrap needs to be less than 2%, and downtime responses must be within 1 minute. Now, we're not guessing, only clarity and accountability. If an employee can't see what good looks like, they can't be held accountable for what's bad. Step number 2 is follow-up. Most leaders follow up the wrong way. They ask, why isn't this done yet? And what happens? Well, probably grumbling, excuses, defensiveness, maybe even silence. It is time to shift the question. Instead, ask your team what is getting in the way of doing it right every time. Now, you're identifying the roadblock, not attacking the person. This gives your team a voice, and you may be surprised at what you uncover. Let me give you an example here. An operator comes to you and says, the packaging material is inconsistent. Instead of reacting with blame, you can question what they mean. Is it a supply issue, a process gap? Is there a communication breakdown? Follow up is not catching them fail. It's about removing the roadblocks that are standing in their way. Step number 3, recognize ownership. This is where some leaders drop the ball. They only speak up when they see something wrong. But a key point is to remember that behavior grows where attention goes. You need to catch your people doing things right. Find those small moments where an employee is stepping up, and then celebrate it with passion. Let me give you an example here. When that lead hand solves that material problem without being prompted, instead of just saying, "Good job," you say, "I saw how you brought that material issue up and it impacted the efficiency. I love the way you took ownership." That's exactly the kind of behaviors that we appreciate around here. And now they'll want to repeat that behavior. This is how you turn emotional intelligence into measurable OEE and scrap reduction, not through pressure, but through clarity and reinforcement when things go right. So, what happened to Jim? Well, after we taught him the 3-check accountability framework, he realized that he needed to change. Within weeks, he stopped chasing his team. He started listening for what was holding them back, and he helped them brainstorm solutions that they could implement. And for the first time in years, he was able to step back for a minute and enjoy his team. That's the power of an emotionally intelligent leader who's willing to adapt to meet their team halfway. By now, you know that we at Soaring Leadership, we do things differently. We work to ensure that programs fit your culture. We use real-world situations that you face every day and build them into the program. We ensure that your team feels like they're still on the shop floor, handling those difficult situations, but with the tools they need for success. We help your leaders to have those tough conversations that matter, to build real accountability that delivers results, and to lead with confidence when it matters the most. And the result of that? Well, you'll see fewer mistakes, less rework, better output, and stronger teams. This isn't textbook theory. This is practical leadership skills that your team will use as soon as they get back to the shop floor. If you found this advice helpful, please like this video, subscribe to our channel so other leaders can see these practical tools. And if you're tired of repeating the same conversations, maybe if you feel stuck in that babysitting cycle, then click the link in the description to book a free one-on-one consultation so we can start to fix what's causing it. Or maybe start our Essential Leadership course, which is a small collection of sessions from our exclusive online learning academy. You can try it for free by clicking the link below. Let's build a team that takes ownership willingly without you having to chase them.